morning, television friends, internet friends. This is Sunday morning communion. And you want to know something interesting, folks? These JVC camcorders, which are miracles through and through, they take an SD card, and that SD card will record up to 3 hours, and that's supposed to be the best quality, or up to 5 hours, or up to 7 hours, or up to 9 hours, or up to 11 hours. And there's one SD, folks, that will record up to 40 hours of video. That's our group. That's our God group. That's the group that we belong to. Brilliant. Brilliant. Creation. Brilliant work. Well, the video we made of the rescuing the turtle out of the road, the video we made of distributing our messages to help people find the joy of life, and the scenery down the country roads. Well, I went over to make titles, put words on the screen underneath it, and I saw that video. And then I didn't like the way there were frames, a black edge and a black edge here. I wanted the full screen picture, no borders. So I went to change that, and whether I did or not, I can't remember, but I couldn't find that video again. The only video I could find was the one I'd already done for you on Monday. I was 2 hours looking on this camcorder for that video. Guess what? You know, and it has, you know, many options. Many options, many functions. Whether you want the display, whether you want it 3x5 or whatever it is, or 9x14 or whatever it is, and whether you want it this and that, and every function has about 5 different choices. This, yes, on this tiny thing. Isn't it a miracle? Well, after 2 hours, accidentally, I went from a 3-hour time limit to a 5-hour time limit. And there it was on the 5-hour. In other words, folks, it will record at 5 hours, but you can't play it back at 3 hours, or 7 hours, or 11 hours, or 40 hours. You have to play it back at the speed it recorded. 2 hours I was that dumb. It's reasonable now, isn't it? You'd have to play it back at the speed you recorded. Our Bible passage here on Sunday, Memorial Day Sunday. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Franklin's mother. Thank you, Franklin's dad. Thank you, many more, and many cat friends, and many dog friends. Luke 1:17. Luke 1:17. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. That's good. Remember, you have the Spirit and you have the power. when you do exactly what you're doing now. You sit down and think about the greatness of God, creation, allness, wholeness, oneness, whatever this is, this great big wonderful sphere and group or universe, whatever you call it. And when you sit down and think about it, you get the spirit and the power of Elijah to turn the hearts of everybody to helping others and away from ego. Good deal? And the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. That's it. What was that now? Luke 1:17. I wrote a series of books called Physics and Love. And in that book, 3 volumes, I expounded that love is a force. And it is measurable. And it acts just like any classical physics force. And all the laws of physics apply to it. The laws of classical physics, the Newton physics. God of grace and God of glory, on thy people pour thy power. We got as far as crown thine ancient church's story. We didn't know what that meant. Bring to bud her glorious flower. That's a beautiful activity of nature, bringing to bud her glorious flower. But you have to remember this, that the flower is ephemeral. It doesn't last very long. But you have to be in the spirit of the flower. Grant us courage, grant us wisdom for the facing of this hour. For the facing of this hour. That means you have to have wisdom and courage to face an hour of a chat with Glendora. But it is true, for the facing of this moment, grant us courage, grant us wisdom. Where do we get the courage and where do we get the wisdom? From our oneness, from these talks, from our thinking together, and from our being together, and our exploring it together, and feeling it together, and emoting it together, and radiating it together, right? The football fan fell asleep Monday night in his chair watching the football game. And his wife didn't stay up. She went to bed earlier. And in the morning, he's still asleep in the chair. And she gets up and she comes over and she shakes him by the shoulder and she says, "Get up, it's 20-7. And he said, "In whose favor?" And the Czechoslovakian, he was at the eye doctor, and the eye doctor says, "Can you read the last line of this chart?" And the Czechoslovakian said, "Read it, I know him." Unusual obituary in the newspaper. The family requests, instead of flowers, you send all donations to Master Charge and American Express. Our word is access. Access means an outburst, a fit of fury, access. An access of fury, an access of zeal. Access is a fit of passion, an outburst. So I think they don't put down here, but we also have public access TV. It's all of those things, isn't it? Access of fury access of zeal, access a fit of passion, an outburst. Now, did you know the big news? When we went to the post office to mail 41 packages of a Chatwin Glendora, 8 shows in a package, and in some packages 16 shows. It would be about 300 or 400 copies. We found out that postage had gone down. You can mail 4 DVDs for $1.20. We found out that the $1.20 stamps that we bought 2 months ago have gone down in price. Down! No, not up. Down in price. The $1.20 stamps are now $1.15. Hooray, post office! Not that you don't deserve the other 5 cents. I think you do. And the 49-cent stamp, instead of going to 50 cents or making it $0.50 to mail a letter, it's gone down to 47 cents. These are postage stamps from, I would say, 2005, 2006. The teddy bears, if you look closely on this, and I don't think you can get that close. Well, I guess you could. Yes, you could. This is a 40 times zoom. You would see that they are 37 cents. And when I first moved to Chatham, and I asked a tow truck to come and take the 1980 Lincoln to the garage, and I told him I lived in Chatham Center, and he looked perplexed for a long time. All the time he was hooking up the 1980 Lincoln onto the flatbed. And finally he couldn't stand it any longer, and he said in an access, he said, "You don't live in Chatham Center, you live in the center of Chatham." There's North Chatham and East Chatham and Chatham Village and Chatham Center and the center of Chatham and Old Chatham. So that's our communion for Sunday morning, Memorial Day weekend. And now we'll do God time. God time is 5 minutes every day, on every weekday. First of all is the Bible passage. And what is that? That's Ephesians 3:20. Thank you, Marion Albert, for the yellow gloves, which she crocheted or knit, I can't tell, but I don't see how she did it. Amazing stitching. Ephesians 3:20. Now, unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly. An adjective, an adverb, and an adverb used as a noun. Under him who is able to do exceeding abundantly, above all that we ask or think, above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. So this is an admission of a power working in us, and we know that it's so. We know that we're all together, that God is in all of us, and that is the power in us, and we are able to do exceeding abundantly, more than we can think and more than we are asked. Very positive, very strong, very good impetus, momentum, mass times velocity. This is really something. Now what was that? Ephesians 3:20. one of the greatest hymns of all times, and if you think about every phrase of it, it covers everything. It covers everything. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Nice, huh? The mother said to her daughter, every woman needs a husband. There are just some things you cannot blame on the United States government. The teacher said, draw a picture, and the boy brought his picture up to her desk, and she says, what's this? It's a blank page. It's a cow eating grass. Well, where's the grass? The cow ate it all. Well, where's the cow? After she finished the grass, she left. It was 91 degrees yesterday, Memorial Day weekend, and I took off my long underwear finally. And what does a report card teach a parent? What does a report card teach a parent? You don't have to lift weights to raise a dumbbell. I received a telephone call, I'm happy to say, from a man in Pittsfield who is in the 60s, and you know what I'm coming to. And he was a viewer as a child, 8 years old, of the SS Glendora on WRGB Channel 6 Schenectady General Electric. And his recollections of the SS Glendora are far beyond my memory, but they are good. I wanted him to, his conversation is superb, it's great information, great communication. I wanted to pass it on to you, but he demurs. So I will keep a copy of it, but I'll keep it in the non-TV, non-internet file. And something else happened yesterday. Guess what is in this box? It isn't heavy, it's just cumbersome. Did you guess? You want another 30 seconds? It's a tree. I think you know what kind of a tree. It's a weeping willow. And Tracy ordered it for me over the internet. And it came by Federal Express yesterday. Or was it UPS? No, it was Federal Express. Federal Express and UPS should merge so they can call themselves the Fed-Ups. And so we have to find somebody today to plant this tree. I don't want it in that box any longer. A weeping willow tree, which we hope will grow to be 90 feet tall, and which we hope will be 100 years old, such as the one that was destroyed by my dissolute neighbor, even though it was on, half of it was on our property. Do you know what an acceptance is? Well, suppose you have Mr. A, and he has a bill of exchange on him. And the agreement is that he will pay it back at a certain amount at a certain date. That's what an acceptance is. What was the greatest thing that happened yesterday? Oh, the greatest thing every day, of course, is feeding the birds. Feeding them 4 cups of bird seed and feeding them a whole package of crackers. And making sure the compost goes back into the soil. Anything organic goes in the soil. It does not go in the dumpster. And it certainly doesn't go into recycle. And making sure that .com's fertilizer gets into the soil. Well, the next to the best thing was feeding the doggy next door. You just should have seen that tail wag. Oh, you never saw anything so great. And why do I say you should have seen it? I should have made a video of it. But the camcorder wasn't nearby. But that dog was so happy. Had 3 vegan dog biscuits, Mr. Barky. Well, folks, we're all set. We're okay. We have the exceeding abundantly. We know what to do. We keep ourselves this way by thinking right. And thinking right very often. And not being overwhelmed by ego and by want and by desire. We just stay together and think together, and we sing hymns and we say prayers and we count blessings, 40 of them every hour. Either count a blessing or rejoice. And then we have it conquered. Will you want to plant a willow tree for me today? I'm going to ask Brian, and I'll ask Eric, and I'll ask Mr. Wemple. I'll ask a few other friends if they'll come in. And he should have a stake too, don't you think? He should have a stake to lean on. For the joy of every hour, morning, noon, and sleep at night. Hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Good morning, Palma.
Yeah, how are you today?
Well, I'm remembering my husband and my mother and my dad and his mom and dad and quite a few others very dear.
Yeah.
And you're probably doing the same?
Well, I have been within the last week. But
Oh.
today I was just in there thinking about what the scripture said.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. And what were you thinking?
Well, what he says today, time with me cannot be rushed.
Time with me cannot be rushed.
When you're in a hurry, your mind flits back and forth between me and the task ahead of you. And I'm
True.
guilty of that sometimes.
That is true, Ginny, unless the task ahead of you is the same as God.
Well,
Unless you're doing God's work.
he stresses time with him is more important than anything else.
Yeah, but isn't time with him very often time doing his work?
If he tells us to do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do a lot of work that he doesn't tell us to do. So
Oh.
we don't get blessed for the work that he don't tell us to do.
Oh, we do that? Oh. We do that, huh? We
Yes,
do.
I know, yeah, you know.
We do.
And, today my mind is, because it's cool, I want to go over and put my garden in. I want to rush things and go
Well, do both. Go over and do the work in the garden and do it with God. Don't you
Yeah,
think so?
well,
Jenny, don't you think it's too wet to work in the garden today?
not with that soil that's over there.
What?
That soil that's over there it's got so much stuff in it, that he's got a good mixture.
Oh,
I don't think it would be too wet.
well, won't you get dirty?
Well, naturally you get dirty when you do a garden.
But awful dirty because it's so damp.
Oh, well, if I get awful dirty, I gotta shower.
All right, sweetie. Yeah, I think you should go over there, and I think you should pray and do it with God, and talk to God about it. I think you should go. I do not see any.
I've been talking to him about it this morning, even before I read this.
I see no conflict of interest. You're going over it, and it's God's work, and it's what God wants done, and you're going to do it in the presence of God. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, let's see. Okay, let's go back to this. Time spent with me cannot be rushed. When you're in a hurry, your mind flits back and forth between me and the task ahead of you. Push back the demands pressing in on you. Create a safe space around you, a haven in which you can rest in me. I also desire this time of focus and attention, and I use it to bless you, to strengthen you, and equip you for the day ahead. Now, spending time with me is a wise investment. Bring me the sacrifice of your precious time. This creates sacred space around you. Space permitted with my presence and my peace. And we have three...
Wait a second. I see no conflict. The work we're doing is the oneness with God, and it's what we're here to do. As long as we continue to dedicate it to God, not dedicate it exactly, but do it in the presence of God. No conflict, Jenny.
Okay.
No sale, right? You're not going to buy it, are you?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Let me understand the teaching of your precepts, then I will meditate on your wonder. That's Psalms. And 2 Corinthians, 2 Chronicles. For the years of the Lord reigns through the earth to strengthen those whose heart are fully committed to him. And Hebrews 13:15. Therefore, by him let us continue to offer the sacrifice of praise to God, that in the fruit of our lips giving thanks to his name.
Oh, no question about that.
Yeah.
Now, is that yesterday's or today's? You know, yesterday I didn't call you.
Yeah, well, this is today's.
Okay, how about yesterday's?
See, that was it.
Well, then how about today's?
Right, today, yeah. The peace that I give you transcends your intelligence.
Oh, no question about that.
When most of your mental energy goes into efforts to figure things out, you are unable to receive this glorious gifts.
I don't try to figure them out. I just try to listen, baby. I just listen.
I look into your mind and see thoughts spinning around and around, going nowhere, accomplishing nothing. All the while my peace hovers over you, searching for a place to land.
That's just a message to stay out of the ego. Stay out of the
Still
ego.
in my presence, invite me to control your thoughts.
Don't you want to meditate about these things? Just going on reading them one after another doesn't do you any good. You have to stop.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, don't you want to meditate on these? Going and reading them one after another doesn't do you any good.
Well, I think about it after I get done. If you want to think about it in the middle, that's all.
Sure, you got to think about it one at a time. You can't do it all at once.
Okay, what do we want to go back to? I look into your mind and see things, thoughts spinning around and around, going nowhere, accomplishing nothing.
Yeah, you know what that is, particularly in the middle of the night, right?
Now, I usually I got them usually singing their song or something.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
nothing that bothers me, you know.
Good
It's
girl.
just to know he's there. His presence is there. It's very comforting.
Very nice.
Yeah. And it says you're supposed to spin around, going nowhere, accomplishing nothing. All the while, my peace hovers over you, searching for a place to land.
Beautiful.
Okay, and the next one says, be still in my presence,
Nice.
inviting me to control your thoughts.
Nice.
Let my light soak into your mind and heart
Lovely.
until you are aglow with my being.
Whee! The Christian glow.
Yeah. This is the most effective way to receive my peace.
Are you aglow with his being?
Well, I don't know. You know, I think sometimes I don't go all the time.
Yeah, that's certainly
You know,
nice.
it's just like when I told you my son was out in the woods singing a song,
Yep,
and his hands raised up. The guy told him he was glowing.
yep,
Said it was like a fire around you.
yep.
And that was, God really touched John. Really, in a powerful way. And I'm not going like that all the time.
That's
Because
right.
That is a special gift that John got.
You're right. You're right, Jenny.
Special gift he got.
I think that Sarah Young has a Christian glow when she writes these meditations.
Oh, I think she does too. I think that's when she puts them down when she's praying and reading her Bible. She puts them down and
Yep.
then she turns them into this, you know.
And we thank her for that, don't we?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I've been getting a lot out of Charles Stanley too. I know you say you don't, but I do. I get a lot out of his teaching.
Uh-huh.
So I've been reading that too.
I don't get anything out of
I'm
that.
thinking of stop. I've been donating to him for probably 25 years.
What, dear? What'd you say?
I've been donating to him for probably 25 years.
Oh, good. He's worth it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking a lot about not doing it anymore because I have to help pay for the truck down at the church, you know. And,
Oh, really? How much is that?
well, I get $50 a month towards it.
Oh, okay.
So
That's in addition to all your tithing?
yeah.
Wow.
So and you know that I do feed the children and Charles Stanley, and I'm thinking very seriously about cutting them two out and give more here locally.
Oh, okay. Who's the other one?
Feed the children.
Save the Children?
Feed the children.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that, huh?
Well, that we have so many children and it goes hungry every night.
Oh,
In the Appalachian Mountains and all up through there, they're so poor.
oh,
And I think no child needs to go to bed hungry at night.
oh,
So I've been giving to them.
oh.
Well, my daughter just came in.
Okay.
Okay. So we got two scriptures to read, okay?
Yep.
Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every way.
First,
The Lord will be with all of you.
where's that from?
That's Thessalonians.
Yeah, 1 Thessalonians. May the God of peace himself sanctify you completely through and through. Yes.
Give you, yeah.
Yep. What? Uh-huh.
And we got Job. Submit to God and the peace with him, and be at peace with him in the way prosperity will come to you.
Where's that from?
That's Job 22:21.
Ginny, I got two things to tell you. Yesterday, the day before Memorial Day, Andrew and Sandy McLean came and planted the willow tree that we bought.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it came Federal Express.
Yeah?
And we planted it, and it was a good thing to plant it on Memorial Day because it was in memorial of the 90-foot tree, 100 years old, that was cut down last July on Bastille Day.
Oh, yeah?
So we got the memorial up. Wasn't that a good thing?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like
that's
a
good.
thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Now, Ginny, how do you feel? Do you feel better?
yeah, I feel better.
Did you? Are you through with the antibiotics?
I still cough some, but I'm a lot better.
Yeah, good. And the antibiotics?
It's done. Yesterday was the last day.
They're done. Okay, hon. Well,
Okay.
so
Bye-bye.
go with God and enjoy your garden.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was a quick send-off, huh? No, I see no conflict, folks. I just see no conflict. Thank you, you wonderful creation. This is our people. This is all the people in that spheroid created this marvelous instrument. What this instrument can do. And it was all created by our friends in our God group, where we're all one and God is all. That's where God is. God is in all of us in that God group. And the miracle of that willow tree. And we're going to name him William. He's a Wisconsin weeping willow. And his name is William. And he's in the ground getting all of that miracle of rain that came last night and is sort of still damp today. This is yesterday's communion and God time. No Ginny Palmer yesterday. To God be the glory, great things he hath done. So loved he the world, he gave us his Son. Now, let me go get the God time for today. I think I know what the scripture is. You're going to like the scripture today. And you're going to memorize it and you're going to say it at least 1,000 times today. It is Luke, St. Luke, the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 1, verse 27, Luke 1:27. For with God nothing should be impossible. I agree 100%, don't you? For with God nothing should be impossible. How do we see God? God spiritual, God material, but how do we see God? The great thing which we really can't see. We don't have the intelligence. But we see God as helping others. That's something we can visualize. And it's something we can do. And we know that with helping others, nothing is impossible. With love, nothing is impossible. Love makes all things possible. Well, you're going to say foolish things. Well, what about, turning gravity off and stuff like that? Oh, no. When you have the spirit of helping others and the spirit of love, you don't ask foolish questions like that. Excuse me. I have to get up and go over and get the Joy book so I can read you the notes that were made at God time this morning at 6:10. What program are you on, Glendora? 11,190 something, almost up to 11,200. Since when? Since 1972. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above. Every word that's tender and mild. Lord of all. That's who it is, Lord of all. That's where we are. In that circle, in that sphere, in that sphere. There we are, in that universe. To thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Grateful praise, grateful thanks. This is Joy Book number 370. Page, what, for God time? Oh, look at this, folks. This darling brand new leaf fell to the ground. Why, leaf? Why was your life so short? Look at the symmetry. Look at the symmetry. Contemplate the color, that beautiful green. No wonder we can't take it all in when we look at these magnificent trees. So many of them, and so many millions of leaves on each tree. No wonder they're so beautiful. Look at them. Next time, Glendora, I think it would be good if you remembered what page it was on. The Joy Book is so much fun. The Joy Book holds the day together, holds your concentration on what's important. I pasted this in my Joy Book too because I thought it was such a beautiful gift of artistry to maybe make 2 feet and look as though they're moving. Isn't that great? And I pasted this, and this is Big Frank's, which is a hot dog that's vegan. And Dot Tom is totally vegan. Memorial Day. Thank you, everybody. Friends on earth and friends above. Yesterday's to-do sheet, I flunked. I didn't get the telephoning done, and I didn't get 12 operations done, 12 details done. Last night was an interesting night's sleep. It was 10 hours, except for 1:57 a.m. to 2:10 a.m. I'm going to have to shut off the camera and find this. Here it is. For with God nothing is impossible. And this is a new day. Do you think this new day belongs to us? To our ego? Is it a day for us? A day that we can grasp and hold on to things for ourselves? A day for our own pleasure? A day for our joy? No, it is not. This is a new day. It is a new day for others. We have to go out and help others. We have to go out and do good things with our whole group. With our whole group, with God in our whole group. We got to go out and do things, good things. Now this hymn I didn't know there were 5 verses to this hymn. I memorized 4 of them. I didn't know there was a 5th one, but here's a new one. For each perfect gift of thine to our race so freely given. Let me give the pitch, the key up there. Do, re, mi, fa. For each gift, for each perfect gift of thine, to thy race so freely given. Grace is human and divine, flowers of earth and buds of heaven. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
It blows.
Wisconsin
They've got to get
willow
done
tree.
quickly before the rain comes.
Andrew dug a 2-foot hole. This is a great day to plant it on Memorial Day Sunday. Now you put manure in there and potting soil, did you?
Yes. We put, yeah, some nice soil. It's topsoil, it's called. Earth. Humus and manure. Humus and manure.
Hummus?
Rich in nutrients,
Humus.
help promote root
Humus.
development.
Hummus is what you make out of sandwiches, isn't it?
Humus, humus, I guess.
Out of chickpeas? Isn't hummus what you...
Should I put some bricks around it?
Yes. Do you have any?
Well, just these here.
Yep. We the tree planted by 2 Montessori teachers.
How many Montessori teachers does it take to plant a Wisconsin willow tree?
Particularly those who produce A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, here comes our rain.
Here comes the rain.
My goodness, folks, you just made it.
Well, that's not good for these guys with their pool stuff. I don't think.
Andrew, is that enough water, you think?
I think it's going to rain, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, you made good use of those, what few bricks you had. Do you want that other gallon, Andrew? Now this tree came from Louisiana, and it cost about $23.
All the way from Louisiana.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the shipping came from,
A Wisconsin willow tree from Louisiana?
yeah,
Gosh, I'm telling you, that's
Something wrong with that.
something strange.
we're interstate. Oh, that looks lovely. And Eric over there is trying to put up the pool,
Yeah.
and he's put up the trampoline, and he's used up all of his wood.
Here comes the rain,
Okay,
by the
so
way. I can
Woo.
kind of feel it spitting.
do you want that other gallon, or you want me to take it in?
I think we can just take it in, probably.
Yeah, leave it here. I'll leave it for the turnips tomorrow.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Set it right here.
Here's it. It's coming, honey.
It is coming in.
So I'll put these chairs around it.
Okay, nice. Very nice. Woohoo!
What a nice job.
That's a pretty little stone.
Memorial Day Sunday, May the 29th, 2016,
The
Anno
neighbor says
Domini.
the rain will wash away the
This
dirt,
dirt out here will
and then the
disappear in
grass
a couple
will,
days.
the grass will look good again.
And
We don't know whether she's Willa or William.
Willie,
I'm gonna get your shirt there.
either way.
I'll take this.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
thanks. Now come in and let me give you the... Here,
Oh,
take
don't
it.
worry about it, Glendora. It was just a bag of potting soil, and we were buying lots of them, so it's no big deal.
Wait, gee
Do you
whiz.
want to bring your water back in the house or leave it here?
No, because I'll use it for the turnips tomorrow.
Okay, so leave it.
Yeah, what a nice job you did. He should be
Yeah.
quite happy, shouldn't he?
I think so. I think it'll work out.
What a lovely hole you
Makes
dug.
it sound like they're easily transplanted. Oh, who are you? Big beetle. Hey there, I'm sorry I covered you with dirt. Alright, well you go play somewhere away from our tree, just in case, okay? Ooh. I'll play over here. Oh. Good. Yeah, and they have a nice fruit tree. Great.
This is the box that it came in, folks. And this is the great big bowl that I kept in it for 4 hours before she was planted. Or he. I think it's a boy tree. William. William, Wisconsin Weeping Willow. Can you see the raindrops going into the bowl?